Okay, to transform Swindle back to robot mode, first thing, remove the accessories. So untab his arm cannon and then untab his hand rocket piece, which makes it easier to grab onto this adapter that you need to remove by spreading apart the legs just enough to bring that out. And the last one is remove the parts forming spare tire. And now this is what we have to work with. Now first, untab the side of the vehicles on those 3 tabs. Untab it on both sides. Spread the leg apart by untabbing the center piece. Go ahead and start spreading it like a A stance to give you some working room in here. And then more untabbing up here. You want to untab. Make sure you pull it all the way and make sure you get a gap here because that makes it easier to pull this out. So you untab it, straighten it out, and fold it in. Same thing on this side, untab it all the way where you're causing a gap, and you can see there's a small tab in there which comes untabbed. Straighten it out, bring this out like so. And now just get yourself situated by looking at what you're doing. And then from the bottom view here, you want to bring these bottom pieces out and rotate it like so. It's going to move around during transformation, but just make sure you bring these out. And then we can go ahead and bring out the center piece here. You untab it and bring it out and bring down the foot. Lift up the foot, rotate the foot 180. Do the same on this side. You have to untab it, bring it down, bring out the foot, lift up the foot, rotate the foot 180. And again, take a look so you get yourself situated with what you're doing. And then here you can rotate down the side of the vehicle at a 45-degree angle because you need to take this top piece that needs to lift up and rotate around 180, and that's why it needs to be at an angle so you have that clearance. Once you've got that done, then you could finish bringing this side part of the vehicle down all the way. Same thing on this side, bring it down 45 degrees to get the space that you need to lift this up and rotate it around 180 at the same time. So you can see, once you do that, then you could bring this down all the way. And then just get yourself situated by looking at everything again so you know what you're doing. Now we need to bring all of these pieces together. So here, first we need to fold in the side of the vehicle, untab it, and it folds in, and then you need to slide it down on that bar peg. There really isn't a tab here. It just kind of has to stay like that. That's not really a tab, but just letting you know because it is gonna kind of fall apart. So once you do that, then we could rotate it in, the tires in 180. Now I'll do the same on the other side. So like I said, untab this piece, drop down on that bar, bring it up to fold it in, and then we can rotate it into tire in 180. And again, just look at it so you get yourself situated with where you're at. Now you could see this back piece. Like I said, it doesn't tab in, it falls down. It keeps falling down. So you could bring this down, and this is on a double hinge. So make sure you're getting the top hinge, bring it down like so, and there is a tab here and a slot there. So get that to go in, bring this down on the top hinge up here, and then tab it in on the top like so. And then we can bring down these, well, fold in these black pieces, which are the seats, and then you can bring these down, and there's a mushroom peg, there's a little slot there, so you just have to make sure you get everything all tabbed in like so, and do it on both sides. Get that slot in, get this mushroom peg to tab in, and then you can go ahead and straighten out these feet like so, and then we could rotate the legs around 180. And the last part are these tires, which you can't just fold in, you have to find the open cavity right there, and that's where you can fold it in like so. So you can't just bend it anywhere, you have to find the open cavity, and then you can fold it in. And now you have the legs done. So now we can come up here to work on the top part. So bring this up, fold in this spare, or not the spare, the steering wheel like so, and then let me bring the camera up a little bit more so we can see what we're doing. Now we got to get all of this transformed. So the first thing, you want to untab the front part. Once you do, you can fold that in to get the square angle, bring it down. Untab the top, push that in to get the square, bring it down. Untab this front, well, not a tab, just bring it down, and there is that centerpiece that you fold in. And now we got to get this front part by lifting up, untabbing those two yellow pieces. This part's a little hard, but once you do, then you could bring this down all the way. And then you can lift this piece up on the sliding bar, but make sure, you heard that? Make sure you pull it up all the way, because you need that space here to bring down the arms like so. Well, actually, I forgot a step. Rotate it out. The step I forgot was you need to push it in and then bring it down and rotate the arm out like so. Like, get it like that. And now you can see these two flaps here. They need to come up, that form the top of his chest, but these pegs here are in the way. So you need to lift these arms up at like a Y position so you can bring out those flaps. And this is where it's a little difficult. This is where you need a spudger, but I like to try to get my finger in there to lift it up all the way at like a 45-degree angle. Do the same on this side. Try to get my finger in there, or a spudger, so you could bring it out 45-degree angle. Okay, once you got that done, then we can rotate this around 180 and bring this piece down. Now we could fold in all of this. Fold in the front part of the vehicle. You could see the tab here goes into the slot there. Do it on both sides. If I can see, which is always hard to do on camera. And then you want to drop the tires down, like so. This side already did it on its own. And then we could bring out his head. And now we can rotate this whole thing around 180. And here, lift this up so we can fold down the front part of the hood, because you have the two slots that have to go into these two pegs here. And that steering wheel came up. Push it back down. And then here, you want to push in. If you can see that sliding bar, push in that sliding bar like so. And then this is where you could see where it lines up here. Just line it up first and tab it in, which, like I said, it's really hard doing it all on camera, but you have to see the tabs, line it up. Once you get it lined up, tab it in. Okay, then we can go ahead and push in this piece here on this peg bar, on this pivot point right here. You push it in. Okay, then you could bring down these top chest pieces, bring down the head, and I want to show you there is a tab on this panel that the head is on that goes into a little slot in there, but it kind of does it on its own when you're pushing it in, but just good to be aware of it so that you get it in. I'm trying to make sure the camera stays focused too. So now we got all of that, and this part came untabbed. Just tab it back in. Now we got back up to here. You can go ahead and straighten out this window by lifting it up, rotating it down, and pushing it up so it goes in that cavity. Just get everything all situated and get it. Make sure you tab it in on the top right there, covering those holes. I don't know why the camera keeps getting all unfocused. Then you could bring down his head. And then, let's see, up here, the arms. Lift out this arm, lift this out 90 degrees. Camera keeps getting unfocused. Then bring out his hands, then bring the hands out all the way, bring it out, extend it out, and then rotate it 180. Same thing, bring out this hand, bring this out 90 degrees. You could bring out the hand, bring it down all the way, pull it out, rotate it 180, and then you can go ahead and bring the arms down. And then the last thing is just adding the accessories. So here's his parts forming tire, and you could see the peg right there. There's a slot right there. So this part's a little challenging, but line it up first and then push it in, give it a good squeeze. This part's a little finicky, it keeps coming off. And then we got the tire on there. And the last thing is the arm cannon. Find the tab up here. It goes into that slot on his shoulder. And then the last thing, if you want, is his little rocket gun. And now we have Swindle back in his robot mode.